I'm told, of course, that we are joined by a one Tom Kitandwe. Tom Kitandwe of Arlington Academy of Hope is a headmaster in Bumwa in eastern Uganda, of course. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, Shaka Ssali.
I am hugely terrific. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am hugely terrific once again. How is the neighborhood where you are talking from? Are you talking from the neighborhood of Bumwa Lukani, or are you talking from Bali?
I'm talking from Bumwa Lukani, from the Arlington Academy of Hope guest house.
Now,
and everybody.
I see. Go ahead.
Yeah, and everybody is happy here. We have some volunteers here, Caitlin and Leslie, who are coordinating our outreach program. I have one parent with me, Stephen Wachaya. I have a student with me, Godfrey Naseli, and the staff member, our accountant, Marion. And everybody is happy.
Terrific. How many students are under your control, Tom?
In primary school, I have 332 this year, and we have 267 on the scholarship program.
On the scholarship program?
On the secondary program.
What about the primary school? What sort of criteria do you use in order to select those few lucky ones to join the school?
Today, the criteria has been lowered down to first come, first serve. Although in the beginning the criteria was whether allowed to join the school, was allowed to join, but now the competition has become so stiff, and so we go by first come, first serve. And then we give Bumwalukan community an exclusive interview where we take on between 10 to 15 to join the school.
What makes that particular school unique, not only in that neighborhood, not only in that community, but perhaps in the district and perhaps in the entire region, if not the country for that matter?
Shaka Ssali, these are quite a number of issues. One of the things is the program that we run in this place. We have a very outstanding reading challenge. And I know, in Africa, one of the things that we do not have is the reading culture. In this school, we have embraced the reading culture that our children read P1 to P7. We have a reading challenge that comes every summer, and every child is challenged to read about 50 books. Lately, our children have challenged us instead by reading over 250 books. Last year, they read about 500 books, each of them. I mean, the topmost reader. That's one of the things that challenges. Secondly is the self-motivated staff that has always committed itself to its work. Thirdly, the people of America have done us proud that they have put up a lot of, facility in place, like scholastic materials. The classrooms you see in this Bumwalukan village are much better than some that you see in urban areas. And then the parents, too, are so cooperative. So when you look at that, the climax is the pass rate. It has always been 100% pass rate. That has made everybody proud and think the school is that good.
I was listening to, in fact, I was watching a video, a film that was taken of that particular school and indeed the neighborhood. And I must say that I was remarkably impressed by the unusual command of the English language by some of those young kids who are in the primary school. What is the secret behind that?
The secret behind it, as I said, number one is to encourage them to speak English. They like it, they love it. But the second thing, though, is the reading culture, that these children have learned to love books. From P1, they are reading. They are reading for leisure, they are reading to get their notes. And so it has been an encouragement for them to use that English. We've put up some talk shows like debates. We've gone to local radios. Actually, this Saturday they are going for to discuss reading on Open Gate, a local radio here. So those are things that have helped them to practice their language, and they are fluent.
How do they do in comparison to the other schools around the country, especially when it comes to the major national exams?
Oh, the performance has been tremendously good. It has increased every other year. When we first started in 2006, we had 32 students, 7 candidates who sat, and out of the 32, they got 16 first divisions and 15 second division and then 1 in third division. And then last year's CLE, we sat 49, we got 34 in Division 1 and 15 in Division 2. And the best aggregate, 2 of them got 5 aggregate, and the worst aggregate was 19 aggregate. And the best subject to be done was, again, English. The worst got a credit 3. So it has been, once you compare it with, when we compare ourselves to schools like in Upper Nimbale, we were second to only one school, which was Kokonjeru. Actually, we even outcompeted it because we had 2 5s, and I think they had 1 5. So I think by and wide, we are performing much better. I think so.
What are some of the problems that you have encountered so far, and how have you been able to address them?
The first problem was attitude. Attitude from both parents and children. These children had been told that being in a rural area, they can never make it. And they thought for sure they couldn't, because most of them could always stop at P7 and drop out. And that was a bigger challenge to address, to make sure that they understand that they too can make it. The second problem, again, under attitude also, were the parents who had been told their children can never be anywhere better in a national competition. And for them, they had also been convinced. So as such, they would never send their children to school. They thought their children is a waste of time going to school. So most of them would end up going to markets or doing petty jobs, and girls will resort to early marriages and going for maid kind of petty job in housekeeping. That one has been one of the biggest challenge that we have tried to overcome through having a number of meetings with the parents, through taking our children to different exposures like education tours. We've taken them to some good schools in Kampala and compare themselves, and they've had a chat with their friends to see that they are not anywhere worse than those children. They are like those children, and given the opportunity, they can overcome that. Other than that, the problem of poverty in the village has been a problem. Definitely, most parents can't afford even the smallest thing that you think like a book. That's why we always owe a hug to our friends in America who came in handy to help us to give children books, scholastic materials, and to motivate them to come to school. Because of the poverty in this side of the country, so most parents would not afford to pay for their children, But we are overcoming that through meetings and consultative meetings and taking everybody, even parents. Sometimes we engage them into some outside tours. We take them out and they see what other schools do. They see the outside community and how things are done out there.
Well, thank you very much, Tom, for the great job that you are doing, and we hope you'll continue doing the same, and obviously you continue to be as effective, if not even more effective, and succeed. But in the meantime, why don't you interact with John and Joyce very briefly?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Tom, so nice to hear from you. I know you are doing a tremendous job. Thank you so much. You make us so proud. I know you are having one of the students there, and I hope we can listen to his voice as well, Godfrey, and our parent, Stephen Wachaya, and so many people there. But know that we thank you for the leadership you have shown. We thank the teachers. We thank the parents especially, and the community of Bududa that has risen, that has taken this challenge seriously and are putting Bududa on the map and showing that our people can do it. Even the children from these rural communities can make it in life and do as well as kids from Kampala. So when you get a chance, I hope you can put Godfrey on and Mr. Chaya so they can share with Shaka here their own experiences as well.
Well, I guess they'll have to wait until we go for the second part because time happens not to be our best ally. And I'm sure that Joyce, you would also like to say hello.
Sure.
Can you say hello to him? You have at least 30 seconds.
Yes, yes. Hello, Tom, and hello, everybody listening in Uganda. I'm very glad to hear your voice. Again, want to thank everybody in Uganda that is involved with the Arlington Academy of Hope, the director, Mr. James Nabtao, and all the teachers and staff that work with us, both at the school and at the clinics. We are really thankful for the programs that you do there, and it's because of the results that you guys produce that help us to be able to focus on the fundraising this end. So keep it up. Yeah.